I don't think I knew what a psychologist was when I was a little kid, but I've always been interested in how people think, and I'm kind of nosy, so I always want to know what's going on in people's minds. So when I went to university, I realized that I could become a psychologist and think about how people think.
Do you really understand what kids think?
I don't think anyone really understands what kids think, but we really are trying to understand how the brain works and how thinking happens. And one of the things that we like to do is come and have conversations with kids, like the play that we're going to talk about, so that we can get an idea about how kids are really thinking.
What are you hoping to get out of it?
I am hoping to learn more about how children really think about violence, not just about how adults think about violence, not just about us saying, oh, if you get bullied, go tell somebody, but really the kids who are at the front line, who are the ones being bullied, how they feel about it. That's what I want to get out of it.
And what do you think the ones watching would get out of it?
What the kids get out of it? I really hope that they see themselves a little bit in the main character and that they can feel a little bit how he feels, and that it'll give them a way to understand their own feelings about violence.
Do you think that feeling upset or angry can change how you behave?
Yeah, I think that how you feel inside can come out in how you behave. I think it depends from person to person, but I think if you feel really worried or angry inside, it can come out in feeling and doing something sad, or maybe even doing something violent. I do think it does affect how you behave.
And do you think that seeing violence makes people behave differently?
That's a really good question, and it's a really hard question to answer. I think that if you see a lot of violence, it can make you feel very differently inside, and sometimes that can make you behave differently. I don't think it has to, but I think it can affect your behavior, yeah.
Do you think by kids watching wrestling, it makes them violent, and should they stop?
Okay, that is an incredibly good question, and it's a really hard question. It's one that we think about all the time. I don't think just watching wrestling is going to make you act violently, but I think that thinking about violence a lot and thinking that violence is okay can make you more likely to engage in it.
If you had the choice, would you stop violence everywhere?
Yes, yes I would. I think it would be much nicer if we could just talk about things and be more in touch with how we feel and less likely to hit and hurt other people. Definitely.
Do you think the brain affects the way you behave?
That's a beautiful question, and yes, I do. I think that your brain plays a very big part in how you behave. And what you do with your brain is going to help how you behave. So the kinds of experiences you have will change the way that your brain talks to itself and how your brain wires up. And that will, again, change how you behave and how you act in the world. Yeah. So you asked me this question, so now I'll ask you, how do you think that seeing violence affects children?
Well, I think that sometimes adults and teachers, they can be a little bit overprotective of what children can see at their age, but then that I can understand that, but sometimes I think as well that it's more your age and how you think, because some people would see things and know straight away that's not right, but other people would see things and think, oh, maybe I'll join in. It's more younger children who would think that.
Right, so you think that maybe some kids don't understand that they can step back away from it and they might just join in.
Yeah.
That's good.